Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Jake Paul. Today we'll be pranking my bros and... wait, wrong script. He doesn't do videos like that, right? I've never seen a video from him. Okay, wait, hold on, let me find the right script. Hello and welcome to the best motorcycle channel on YouTube. I am your host, the illustrious, timely, and sometimes quarrelsome Yammie Cube. I'm glad you're here. Seriously, I mean it. Today's topic is going to be the 7 people you are likely to encounter at an MSF class in the United States. Now, for those of you who are abroad and for those of you who aren't in the know, an MSF class, or a Motorcycle Safety Foundation class, is a weekend-long course you take in order to get your license in America. The way this works, in Texas anyways, where I live, is that you sign up, you pay your fee, you go to a 2-day class, and no, you don't sleep over at the class or anything. It's like between 9 and 5 on a Saturday and then 9 and 5 on a Sunday. You ride a motorcycle in a parking lot, take a written skills test, and congratulations! You can now go to your DMV, pay a small fee, and you have an M class which allows you to operate whatever motorcycle you want in this great state and or country. I can't be bothered to research each individual state's rules on motorcycle ownership. Yep. It's that easy. Now, does one weekend constitute learning enough about motorcycles and being road ready? Well, some folks would be inclined to say no, it does not, but we're not discussing that here today. No, today we're going to lampoon the characters you might meet at this class because that's way more fun of a video to make and write. You've got the research guy, the guy who's full of braggadocio, and so many more. So before we jump into the fun, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep in touch with everything we've got going on here at Yammie Noob. We produce content on a near daily basis, so you'll always have something cool to check out. We also give away bikes, which is pretty crazy. Stick around to the end and learn more about that. Now, without further ado, let's check out these characters. Number 1. The guy who's been riding dirty for a few years. This is more common than you might think, as some folks grew up with motorcycles in their families and don't think it's a big deal to get properly licensed to ride one. You'll start when you're little, maybe on a dirt bike or 2, then when you're 14, your Uncle Teddy lets you take out his CBR 600RR around the block, then at 16, your friend lets you take out his Ninja 300 for a spin, then at 17, you scrounge up some cash and buy a wretched little WR 250 because you understand that sumo is the light. It is the way. From a private sale on Craigslist, and voila, you now own a motorcycle that you're riding around. The problem is, you don't actually have a motorcycle license, so this causes some issues down the road when you get pulled over for cracking a mega dank nooner on the main stretch of your town when Sheriff Dan got you fair and square. Which reminds me, check out our 6 Cops You Will Meet video, that was a good one. He issues you a ticket for reckless driving and tells you to get a motorcycle endorsement ASAP. So, there he is, at your MSF class. Some dude that's been riding for years and years, having to pull in the clutch and rock the bike back and forth as if he's a total noob. A fate worse than death for a single weekend. This guy will likely keep to himself, being a bit embarrassed, but he's there among the normies, and he will realize he has loads of skills and will show off a bit during the figure 8 section. Number 2, the knowledgeable one. Now, this one is common and a relatively new phenomenon. The internet has birthed many beautiful things for us, including yours truly. However, it has also made it so that every Tom, Dick, and Harry conducts hours and hours of research before participating in any sort of activity. Meet Mr. Knowledgeable. You've likely seen this character covered in our seminal The 9 Riders You Will Meet series. However, this is him in his most primal state, when he's done enough research and pulled the trigger and discovered that he's ready to take flight on this hobby. Anytime a question comes up, there he is, ready to strike, ready to tell you what's good, ready, and to dissect the differences between leather and textile, the benefits of a full face versus a modular, and why modulars have actually made really big strides in the last few years. And he's also ready to extol the virtues of a naked, upright, torquey motorcycle versus a super sport for street riding because some bald dude on the internet told him about it. You gotta hand it to the research guy, it's really cool that someone is committed to the lifestyle, but in reality, you wanna make sure you're already riding until you start dropping those knowledge bombs on people. Number 3, the guy who drops it enough times to get kicked out. This actually happened to me at my MSF, I swear to God it did. There was a guy who was very overly confident and he laid down his wretched MSF spec Honda Rebel 3 times until the instructor told him that he was booted from the class. Now, someone getting kicked out of class is pretty rare from what I was told, but dropping a bike in the class? Happens all the dang time, according to the MSF instructor anyways. You have to remember the folks who are at the MSF are, more often than not, total noobs to the world of 2 wheels and have never slung a leg over the iron horse. This means that they're not used to clutch control, to dragging that rear brake in slow turns, or counter steering. So accidents happen. And hey, if you drop a bike at the MSF or even later down the road, just know that it's super common. I've dropped a bike or two in my day and I'm not afraid to admit that. Just know that one dude or another will drop their bike at the class, and try not to giggle too hard because if it was you, you'd be as ripe as a little raspberry at HEB. Number 4, the guy who won't shut up about the bike he's gonna buy. Look man, we get it. You're here to just appease the state. We all are, but if you tell me one more time about the Craigslist special R6 you're trying to buy, I will make it my life's personal mission to find out where you live and slash your tires. Furthermore, if you try to show me another picture, I'm gonna lose it and slash your throat instead. Just kidding, Yammie Noob does not advocate violence, even in the name of being pestered about an R6. This guy will let you know the bike they're gonna get. They'll tell you the details of it, what color, what dealer, what seller, the specifications, and why they're getting it, even though you didn't ask. In reality, this character is no different than the research writer, they just happen to be hyper-specific in the knowledge they wish to share. Now, if you want to be a true patrician, just tell them that your favorite content creator Yammie Noob rated their bike of choice a sub-S tier, and they should really go with the used SV650 because it is the god tier beginner bike of choice. Bet on it. And if they ask why, then by God, just point them to the dang video I just made. Number 5, the guy who is from another country and already knows how to ride. He's been through the A1 and A2 restricted desert. He's endured years atop a YZF 125R only to upgrade to a restricted FZ07. He's been in weight his whole life. And now, moving to America presents him with an open book, a chance to rewrite his story. And that story is going to begin with the purchase of a brand spanking new R1 because 180 horsepower on the street sounds about as American as it gets. There's just one problem, mon ami. You too must face the crucible that is the MSF. Can you possibly handle doing a figure 8 in a parking lot? Can you demonstrate that you're able to accelerate from a stop and press the brake lever? Test your mettle in our most difficult of motorcycle challenges to achieve your M-Class license. But in reality, for the international rider who has experience, the MSF is merely a speed bump on the way to being cleared to ride in the States. Ask any international rider what they think of our licensing system, and they'll promptly tell you that it's a joke, how cheap it is to ride here in terms of license fees, and the ease of access to powerful motorcycles. Number 6, the guy who is getting a scooter license and not a full motorcycle license? Yes, this is actually something you can do. I learned about it when I did my MSF, where there is actually a guy there who wasn't interested in riding the CRF 250Ls or the Honda Rebels we had, but instead, the instructor brought out a wretched scooter for him to learn on. You are able to, for whatever reason, get endorsed to ride a scooter and not a motorcycle. Why you would want to do that when the barrier to entry for riding a bike is so small, I have no earthly idea. I kind of wanted to ask why this guy did that, and I couldn't really understand. If you're putting in the time to do this, do it all the way. As Ron Swanson says, don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing. So put your whole ass into that motorcycle seat and get to it, my dude. Or don't. Live your life. I don't know. And finally, our last person you will meet at the MSF is the instructor. This might sound obvious, but the instructor is a character in of him or herself. You have to ask yourself, becoming a motorcycle instructor means taking a different path in life. You have to truly love, breathe, and own the art of riding to become one of these people. The best part is, these guys are usually out there on weekends because they just truly love the craft of riding and motorcycling and are ground level soldiers spreading the gospel of 2 wheels and our Lord and Savior Rossi. And that is one of the coolest gigs you can have. I remember my instructor for my MSF wore a black beret, rode in on a Ducati adventure bike, I can't remember the specific one because I was a young Padawan back then, and had a full black beard. You know, now that I think about it, my MSF was full of really weird and interesting characters, but maybe that's what makes the MSF class so fun. Because at the end of the day, if you've never ridden a motorcycle, it's a really fun way to do it in a controlled and safe environment. I had a blast at mine and was absolutely hooked once I twisted the throttle in the parking lot. Now, that's going to wrap it up for today. What do you guys think? Did I miss any characters on the adventure today? Make sure to leave a comment below in case I did. Okay, now listen close. Imagine a place where you can come learn about bikes, hang out with like-minded individuals, get access to exclusive content, and best of all, hang out with me, one-on-one. That sounds pretty sweet, huh? What if I told you all you need to do is hit the link below to learn more about it? That's because I'm talking about my Patreon, my dude. It started out as the beginner bike giveaway series, and we still got that going on. The RC390 is going to be shipped out, but the community aspect has really grown to be the best part about it. We've got channels on our Discord server, which is a chat room you can access on desktop or mobile, for memes, bike purchase decisions, general chats, and more. You also get to participate in our weekly $100 Revzilla gift card giveaways as part of our It Came From Craigslist series. So, if you want the best chance to win our giveaway KTM RC390 and join over 615 people who have signed up, hit the link below and join up. I promise you won't regret it. Just ask any of our giveaway bike winners or our current members in the comments below. Go to patreon.com/YammieNoob to get started today. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Fact: Russia has a larger surface area than Pluto. Goodbye.